so we're back for finishing this one up. So we're looking at, finally, does the kid get hit by this car? So it's asking us to solve for distance. Now, what's kind of nice about problem C is that we are still talking about the same time frame as we are in B. So all the knowns we have up here, they translate right down to letter C. So we can copy down the VI is 20 meters per second, the VF is 0, the acceleration is -5. And we can also get to the time equals 4 seconds. And what this makes is an interesting situation, because if we look at our equations here, or look at our variables, we have all 5 variables. We have acceleration, VI, VF. We're looking for distance, and time is 4 seconds. So this will happen occasionally when you have too much information. And it allows us to actually go back to our equations and choose an equation that we prefer to work with. The only thing that we have to be careful about is that it needs to have a distance in it. So choosing this one here would not be correct because there's no distance there to solve, so we wouldn't get anything we don't already have. But going with this one or that one, that would be fine. I tend to prefer this equation, but they'll both get you the right answer. So let's copy down the equation that I tend to prefer if I have a choice. And that is D equals 1/2 VI plus VF times T. So plugging in here, we have D equals 1/2, VI is 20, VF is 0, and RT is 4 seconds. Now, other problems, like this one up here, well, not this one up here, number 1, this is already solved out for distance, so all we have to do is just type this into a calculator, and we should get an answer. So here we have 0.5 for 1/2, times 20 plus 0 times 4. And our final answer for this question is D equals 40 meters. So comparing it back up there to our distance here, the car is going to roll up 5 meters short of the kid. So the kid is safe, don't worry. All right. Let's look at one more question just to be kind of, well, thorough. After this, I think you guys should be able to kind of start looking at some of these yourself. Let's look at number 1, the problem set. So find the acceleration that causes a car's velocity to change from 32 meters per second to 96 meters per second in an 8-second period. So here it gives us what we're looking for right off the bat. We're looking for acceleration. Okay, right here we have 8 seconds. I know that's got to be a time because it's measured in seconds. And then here we have 2 numbers here that are both meters per second, so I do know those are velocities. The question is, though, is it a VI or a VF? So oftentimes you want to look for the from and to words. They can kind of be a good indicator about which one is which. You usually start from that preposition, so our VI will be 32. And when we change to 96 meters per second, so that will be our VF. So those are our knowns. And if you notice here, we are missing distance in this question. So that should help us figure out our equation. If we head on back to the equations, we see here's the equation that we don't have distance. We have VF, VI, A, and T, and here we have VF, VI, A, T. That looks perfect, so we can use that equation to solve this one. I'll copy my equation down like this. And now I'll plug in. So my VF is 96, VI is 32, A is unknown, and T is 8. So we do have a little bit of algebra to handle here, but that's going to be okay. So starting off here, I want to take care of the 32 addition. So I'm going to do the opposite and subtract 32 from both sides. That's going to cancel there. And it's going to leave us with 64 equals 8a if I use my commutative property to just swap that around a bit. finish this one out. There is a multiplication there. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8 to get rid of it. So 64 divided by 8 is 8. And acceleration is measured in meters per second. So there is my final answer. All right. So as you are going through these questions, please try your best. Remember, try to pull out your notes, use your units, look at your equations, plug in, and then try to solve. There are a number of questions. I believe it's 11 total throughout this this problem set. Practice them, and the equation or the answers to these will be available for you to check your work. Once again, if you have any questions about it, please try and find me and ask me. All right. Good luck.